What is the difference between rules and guidelines? Hi, everyone. I'm Thomas, and welcome to my channel. I do educational videos, books, courses, and one of the things that I specialize in is the Tree of Life. You've seen this probably before. You may know it as the Hebrew Kabbalah. This is a similar version, but it has a different interpretation via the West Indies and via ancient Egypt. Probably by way of Atlantis and some extraterrestrials before that. But this is a model that we use to determine our various faculties of consciousness. As you can see, it's got 10 different circles, number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then there is an abyss here, a thing called the abyss. And then there is a 0 above the tree. So it's a total of 12 different faculties of consciousness. And briefly, we can summarize these as 10 is really our animal consciousness, survival instinct. 9 is our domestic consciousness, what we get growing up in the home. We learn, we're highly receptive, and we memorize and copy what our role models are doing. 8 is similar, but into the public space. We learn and kind of copy the belief systems that we're taught, the conventional wisdom from the experts and the people with the lab coats, the people that are in the institutions and the positions of power. They tell us what to believe, and we believe that. And the seventh sphere is kind of for people who are somewhat dissenting from this view. Here, these beliefs, they come over here and they use their artistic expression, their creativity to articulate pieces of art or invention that try to improve upon these belief systems here. It also serves as a seventh sphere is also about inspiration. So being able to be inspired by activities that are going on up here in the higher aspects, higher faculties of consciousness. And then that's the 1% inspiration. And then the 99% is perspiration, moving further and further up the tree. So when we move up to 6, we are really, this is where we are. If you looked at a map, the map would say you are here. And this is our free will faculty. This is our ability to pay attention and to make decisions. So the most important initial decision that we make is to stop paying so much attention to our conditionings down here and turn ourselves around, turn our attention around so that we're facing the higher aspects of the tree up here. So that's our first decision, is to stop relying completely on our conditionings and to instead pay attention to our higher aspects. The first of which is at 5. This is our sense of justice. This is our 4 is our sense of natural law. So they work together. The natural law is articulated in a cosmology, a book or some other media that purports to explain how everything works. It's a theory of everything. And then that natural law is enforced here at the 5th sphere in terms of karma. So the enforcement of the law, the articulation of the law. And this is the natural law, not the cops or the judge. This is the natural law. So whereas at the 8th sphere, the natural law is a commandment, at the 4th sphere, the natural law is an observation. So this is people who meditate and study and observe and experiment with the natural forces, and then they are able to determine laws. Whereas here, it's just kind of like an edict. Okay, then the psychic powers here at the abyss is our ability to tune into and recognize omens, our ability to see synchronicities and coincidences, repeating numbers and repeating letters and words. One time, actually, it happens relatively frequently to me these days, is that when I might be listening to something on YouTube or something, and I'm also reading at the same time, and it turns out that I read like a phrase at the exact same time that they say it on the YouTube, even though we're talking about different topics. So that's something that I should tune into as being a coincidence that's important to be receptive to. So that's my psychic receptivity. But the second part is the psychic heat. That's your ability to act upon the omen. So you usually what you need to do is built into the omen, and then you have to do that, but that requires you to put yourself out there, into a vulnerable situation. So it requires courage to be able to summon that psychic heat to act upon the omen. Okay, then 3, 2, and 1 are our divine faculties. Omnipotence, all-powerful; omniscience, all-knowing or wisdom; and omnipresence, all everywhere at once, eternally. And then the zero sphere above the tree is the mystery or nothingness. It's what the creator, the first sphere, reserves for itself. Okay, so now those are the short version of the 12 faculties. Now what I've done is I've turned them into fractal faculties by taking the entire tree again and shrinking it down and applying it to each one of the spheres on the tree. So 12 different spheres. Each one of them has 12 different mini aspects, or fractals. So that's a total of 144. 12 times 12 is 144. 144 different fractal faculties or stages of life. And those stages, I see them as not being chronological stages, but as being dramatic stages. And so if you would like a list of those 144 fractal faculties, annotated list, just click the link below and I'll send one out to you immediately. And that will help you to kind of go through this, all these different presentations that I give in this series on the 144 fractal faculties. I do this mainly because the Tree of Life has helped me so much in my life, and I'm just trying to share back what I got from some of the people who've helped me, in particular the people at the Osera Set Society, Ra Nefer Amen, or I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he's written a number of books called Medunater, and I'm just trying to give a kind of a more digestible version. He is he's involved in the society, and they do a lot of rituals and a lot of they're a very close-knit group. But I think the Tree of Life can help people who are maybe not involved in different groups, or prefer to work on these things individually or in a smaller group, and not so much of a formal situation. Now, today we're looking at stage number 31. What is the difference between rules and guidelines? Okay, stage number 31 is the fourth fractal of the eighth sphere. So it's right over here. the fourth fractal of the eighth sphere. The eighth sphere is about the conventional wisdom, the institutions, and believing in what they tell you. And then the fourth sphere is about the natural law. So in many ways, as I said before, these are kind of like the opposite things. This is the law, of the cops and the judicial system, and this is the natural law. And so we're looking for kind of a balance here between the law and the natural law. And so we really are kind of dealing with a couple of different, maybe you would think of them as inverses, where number, I guess it's number 75, stage number 75 would be the eighth fractal of the fourth sphere. And then stage number 31 is the fourth fractal of the eighth sphere. These are really what you would say as being inverses of each other. Okay, number 31. What is the difference between rules and guidelines? Number 31, codes of conduct is what it's called. Stage number 31 is about starting to take more responsibility for our own conduct through assessing conduct on a case-by-case basis rather than just using dogmatic codes. Do unto others, due to our own weaknesses, do unto others is weak too. Do our addictions, kinks, and perversions unto others? Do a little S&M unto others? What do you mean you don't want me to whoop you? I want to do S&M unto others. It will be my pleasure. You're going to love it. Smoke crack, shoot smack, or drink jack unto others? What if we don't wanna? Sweet, rich desserts unto others? I insist, eat this cake. I love it. Even though just the other day I told my shrink that I loathe myself and harbor suicidal thoughts for being so fat. But you gotta try it. I wish somebody would do it unto me, so I'll go ahead and do it unto you instead. So, sometimes the golden rule doesn't work. It can become ethically bankrupt. It's only a guideline, not a rule. Consider that the golden rule might be fool's gold, fool's AU. Not even silver, but more like shades of gray hues. So it's not always reliable to follow the golden rule now, is it? The golden rule is only a general guideline to observe while beginning to exercise, while beginning to understand our developing conscience on a case-by-case basis to make better rules for ourselves. Do non-violence unto others, non-violations. Do whatever we think is ethically right unto others. If we work to truly understand our consciences. Since we all have different conditionings, different preferences, things are different for different people. Different gifts, different conditionings. Shared values help. But just try to do no harm through violence. Do whatever is the most non-violent, non-violative thing unto others. Ahimsa. Respect others' free will. So try not to do violence unto others or to violate others with our own rules. How about don't ask for more than we're willing to give, or just don't unto others. The fool's golden rules and codes or commandments beginning with thou shalt not. Spin back the story of their man Moses Joneses for burning bushes. The powers that be spinning it, putting English on it. Old Mo was tripping out hard on the God's supply, inhaling burning bushes, and then a stone was dropped in front of him. He got stoned. The 10 Commandments and the Golden Rule are fool's gold, fool's AU. Guidelines only, with many exceptions to the rule. Use our budding conscience. Use our basic common sense. Okay, that is number 31, Codes of Conduct. Okay, so I think sometime here in the near future, because I don't believe I've done it already, I'm going to do the inverse to that, number 75, which is called signifying poetically. So we might look into that one coming up here very soon. But that one, Codes of Conduct, the fourth fractal of the A-sphere, stage 31, out of the 144 stages of life in the of the fractal faculties. If you'd like a complete list of that 144 fractal faculties, just send me out a click from the description. Click the link in the description, and I'll send that out to you. You can also hit the thumbs up for like, and share and subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for future videos on the 144 fractal faculties and many other subjects coming up in the near future. Have a beautiful day.